Hey guys, it's Vince. Today in this video, I want to wish everybody a very happy, prosperous 2025, and to start the new year right, I wanted to do something a little different. First and foremost, everyone knows that every year, or should know if you've subscribed to my channel, that I try to give you guys a sale and one that actually matters. And when I say it matters, I'm trying to give you the best pricing I can give you based on the quality that I offer. That being said, after talking to Joanna, she came up with a great idea of now offering a January sale, which actually I think is going to help many of you, because you, like me, if you are running a business, the beauty of running a sale in January is that many of you will be able to write off these components to either build your new system or upgrade your current system. And that's fantastic, because again, what could be better than actually giving yourself a raise, so to speak, with your equipment quality and, of course, expanding what you already have. That being said, she can show you exactly what we have laid out here, and I'm going to discuss all this because these packages we've put together after thinking and really trying to come up with the best way to get you guys started right for the new year. First and foremost, we've got our motor packages, and again, I only have one of each type of motor to represent these packages, but they will be including 3 of each type. So if you order the 600 ounce package, you will receive 3 600 ounce motors, and they are 3.5 amp, and my 48 volt, 12.5 amp, 600 watt power supply. Now, right off the bat, if you look at this power supply, you can already see it's totally different than what you see most vendors offering. That's because this power supply was designed, what I feel correctly, in that it has 10 V positive and V negative output terminals. That allows you to add whatever accessories you would like quickly, and also allow you to add multiple accessories, where most of these power supplies only have 3 inputs for power. Most of you will exceed that with many of the drives that are on the market. With a G540, which is primarily what this power supply was designed for, you will be able to add all of the accessories with the G540, or for that matter, my new SMCU 4-axis system, and still have plenty of available outputs to supply power to whatever accessories you like. Another very interesting feature of this power supply is it's the only one on the market with an internal EMI filter built in. Okay. Again, we've got our 300 ounce, 3.5 amp motors here, and these do feature dual 8mm shafts, and of course our 600 ounce motors, 3.5 amp rating, and also dual 8mm shafts. Now, how many of these motor packages are we offering?
We're offering 1 kit for the 300 ounce motors and 3 kits for the 600 ounce motors.
Okay, so again, guys, you've got 1 kit with 300 ounce, and that means 3 300 ounce motors with the power supply. We'll have 1 kit for that. And we'll have 3 kits featuring 3 600 ounce motors with the power supply.
Correct.
So again, as we go through this, keep in mind all of these sale prices are only valid direct through email to me. So you've got my description, and inside the description of the video, you can find all of my contact information to email me and let me know what you guys need. And again, you can bundle these sale packages together of components. So keep in mind, while you may be saving 15, 20% on one item, on multiple items, keep that in mind. It keeps going up because each item is discounted. So now coming over here, you're going to see the UC400 accessory package. Now, you don't see the UC400 board itself, and the reason you don't is I sold out before Christmas. Now, I do have another order coming in, and that being said, this is the first time I've ever offered a sale on a UC400 Ethernet controller package, which is turnkey. Why is it turnkey? It's turnkey because instead of just selling you the bare circuit board, I'm giving you all the accessories to make a standalone Ethernet controller. That means double shielded Cat7 cable, enclosure with toolless mounts for the UC400. You've got the power supply for the UC400 with inline switch, which is filtered with EMI filter. Again, it is genuine TDK. And then over here, our ribbon cable with our DB25 EMI filter, which once again converts a DB25 parallel port of your system, if it's a breakout board or a controller that's direct, to Ethernet. So you'll have the most updated stable signal platform you can have. Now, coming over here, how much are we offering that for too?
$240.
$240. So in my store, I believe it's $285.
Correct.
Okay. So again, substantial savings, and I know for a fact I have never seen Ethernet controllers go on sale because there really is no discount on them. So again, I'm trying to get you guys set up. Once again, if you put a package together with the UC400, once again, you can see how these sales will add up in savings. Coming over here, and these are very unique. I came out with these a while ago, I believe it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and they're EMI filters for DB9 connections as well as DB25 connections. Now, what is an EMI filter? It's a passive filter for EMI noise. So again, this center portion on whether it's a DB9 or DB25 allows pass-through of your signals, but while they're allowing pass-through, it's filtering the signals with a magnet. So again, very cool. It's plug and play. You can see here on the UC400's ribbon cable how it works. This is just a pass-through. Then this male gender changer would plug into your female DB25 connector and once again provide filtration. So these are very expensive. If you guys ever look these up, go on DigiKey, check out how expensive these are, and you'll find out this is a steal. If you want passive filtration for all of your connectors going to your motors, especially if you're using a G540, and again, you can use these with other applications. If you're using encoders, you can do it with that as well. A lot of guys forget and say, well, servos are servos, steppers are steppers. Bottom line is, guys, a lot of them use the same componentry. This can be used across the board to, once again, add you that extra level of filtration that's required. So, and what are we offering those for? Don't know. We'll have to check it out. Okay, we'll check it out. We got a lot of stuff going on, guys. So I will list that at the back end of the video. Once again, you'll see all the sale pricing. Coming over here, my CNC communication breakout cable. This cable was designed to allow integration of a integrated drive like a G540 very easily and streamlined to like a Masso controller. Or for that matter, if you guys actually use it with breakout boards. There's reasons you may want to do that. You'd simply plug in the cable and it allows pinouts, which are numbered, with ferrules installed, to plug and play into whatever device you want to connect the drive to, and it breaks out all of the features. You can see here, this does have a metal connector and it is double shielded. It also has a built-in shield drain connection, which is probably the only cable in existence of this type to have that. So you can properly ground drain the shield drain. Again, commercially rated cable, it's 3 foot in length. If you are looking at a very simple way to build a Masso controller, because I get asked about it all the time, using a G540, this is your sweet spot with the cable. This will allow you to plug it in, hook it up to the Masso, all the breakouts done, and all you do is match the cable pin allocation to whatever feature set you need on your Masso, and you're golden. Okay, coming over here, we've got our Yiwa 200C automatic tip cleaner. I use this myself. A lot of what you see here, I use myself. Now, the automatic tip cleaner is really cool. It's got an infrared light. As soon as you insert your iron in here, it will activate, and when it activates, the brushes will clean the tip of the iron. Okay, we do have my Yiwa 908 Plus soldering iron. It does come with a basic tool set. It also comes with tweezer set, and they do have the protectors on them. Real nice packaging. All of your tips for an assortment of applications or whatever you're soldering. Soldering tip cleaner. And this will come in just the regular package. So once again, this package right here is what you're getting. You'll get the tip cleaner, which is the brass ball, the tips, tweezer package, your probes, and in this package, because I get questions on it all the time, is genuine Kester 186 RMA flux 2 ounce and 1 tube of my Kester number 44 solder. These are genuine, guys. And this is coming with Yiwa's high quality soldering iron. And again, if you want a real simple soldering iron that will get the job done, and once again offer a lot better features than what you see in most, you do have temperature adjustment. It's once again got the power on off switch right on it. It's adjustable from 200 to 480 C, so it will handle your soldering needs. But with the flux and the solder itself, you've got a super high quality package. If you want to expand this package, you can add the Yiwa 200C automatic tip cleaner. And again, the tip cleaner does come with your brass brushes and also your nylon brushes. I like the brass brushes. I've really never used the nylon. They both work. It's just what you're what you actually prefer. And then it does come with a cleaning tool. You keep this tool clean. I've used mine now. It's going on, God, I think it's like 12 years. So you keep up with your tools, you maintain them, and they will last. So this package right here, I think, what did we say this was? Do you remember?
$50 for the soldering iron and the solder and flux, and then an additional $30 with the tip cleaner.
Okay. So $50 for a soldering iron with the best flux on the market, which right now is going about $90 a gallon. And then right here, you got the best solder on the market. So overall, the best soldering package, basic package you could actually purchase. Once again, with a lot more features than you're going to get if you go to Home Depot, if you go to any electronics store. This is the elite. So let her film that real quick, give you guys an image. And then we'll come over here and I'm going to start discussing cabling, because I know this is the sweet spot. A lot of guys always have questions on cabling. And one of the most important cable packages I offer is my double shielded 18 gauge pre-built motor cables. Now these are 26 feet in length. They do have the GX16 5-pin connectors on them. Why do they have 5-pin when 99.9% of motor connections require 4? Is the 5th pin is allocated to the shield drain, which is to allow proper grounding. Now that being said, you also get the 5-pin butt connector. Now this is a male butt connector, so that once again, when your motor is connected, being soldered on, it will simply plug in and these screw lock. Okay, very, very simple assembly. And you guys can see exactly how this works. Inside your panel mount enclosure, inside your enclosure, you will have this GX16 male 5-pin connector. Now these are pre-soldered with silicone leads. So again, 98% of your work is already done. The heat shrink is already applied. And you do have on the 5th pin the green lead. And yes, that green lead is to be allocated to your ground bus. But this will streamline a motor package assembly in your controller very quickly. A 4-axis system would require 20 leads soldered. 3-axis systems, you would have 15 leads soldered, because again, we do have the extra lead, which is allocated to the shield drain. So keeping that in mind, think about how much time is saved. And if you do things correctly, you've seen my systems, I try to keep the leads no longer than this, in which case you can use a ferrite then on the inside of the system, provide proper filtering, and once again, cut down your labor tremendously with this package. I don't remember the pricing on this. I don't think Joanna does either. So what we'll do is once again, cover all the pricing at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. Next cable, my 20-foot 16.4 DS flexion spindle cable. Now, you guys can check my feedback if you're curious about the quality of these cables. It's, as far as I'm concerned, the best quality because it is double shielded and it does have ultra flex. It is rated to 10 million flex cycles. And this cable will come with HY's large connector. Now, many guys say, I've already got a spindle cable from you. It's great. I don't need another one. I'm going to say this. In January, it's the perfect time to start thinking about spare parts. It's always better to have parts on hand than need them at the last minute. And I cannot emphasize that enough. And like I stated in the beginning of the video, you're able to write these parts off. Do it. If you can afford to do it, do it. I would never recommend going into debt, but if you guys have a business model that's making you money and you're relying on your robot, think about what I'm saying. I cannot tell you how many guys pay for Saturday shipping or overnight shipping when they don't have to if they just take advantage of sales like this. So keep that in mind. Once again, we do have my 20-foot 16.4 double shielded standard spindle cable. Now, this cable, once again, the DS is optimized for cable chain installations, which about 95% of you will be using. This cable is standalone cable, which once again can be used for spindle applications as long as you're not using a really small cable chain. And on top of that, preferably one that's mounted outside, meaning this cable would be mounted externally of a cable chain. I have a lot of my clients doing that. It saves them a lot of time, a lot of money, and then the cable will not degrade over time, because if you put it in a small cable chain, you will have that continuous flexing, and that can degrade the cable's life if it's not ultra flex rated. So keep that in mind. You have two types of cable, two types of applications. Now you understand exactly what we're working with. 20 gauge 5-lead DS Flex. Now my 20 gauge DS Flex is designed for VFD integration. Once again, we are using this when we are hooking up a GX16, preferably a 6-pin, and why we have the 6 pins is so that we can allocate the shield drain, and the remaining 5 leads are, as I've shown in my previous videos, how to connect properly with a GX16 this cable to the GX16 for VFD integration of cycling your spindle on and off, as well as manipulating speed through PWM control. So again, excellent cable. Can be run within a cable chain if your cable chain is once again large enough. It is ultra flex rated. The ultimate cable for using VFD integration. And that's something that a lot of guys don't understand until they need it, and then they understand it as I break it down. Coming over here, 10 foot, 16.3. Now, this is 16.3, and this should be used in correlation with either of my spindle cables. Now, what is this used for? This is used to power your VFD. A lot of guys think that the spindle cable itself that powers the spindle is all that's required to be double shielded. No, you also have a cable that's running from your wall outlet going to your VFD to power it. This is where the 16.3 comes in. Now, of course, this does not have to be ultra flex rated because it's simply mounting to your wall, preferably at least 5 to 10 feet from your chassis, and you're golden. Once again, we do not want our cables to radiate EMI out, as well as we know VFDs produce the largest amount of EMI. This is my 22.2 double shielded cable, and this cable is ideal for your accessories. If you're using switches, touch plates, most proximity switches, I believe, will not be able to use this because they usually have 3 wires and up. However, if you're using mechanical switches, that's my personal preference, but to each his own, this cable is ideal. And you're guaranteed, once again, if you properly ground it using its integrated shield drain, you will once again have a system that is stable because we will have dissipated EMI on any potential accessory you connect. Coming over here, 18.4 double shielded standard motor cable. And once again, the same cable used on our pre-built version. I have guys that will once again go with the standard, and I have guys that will go with the DS Flex. DS Flex, once again, designed for smaller cable chains. If you're going externally mounted or you're going with a really big cable chain, I've had guys use really large cable chains if they come with an older system, then you've got your choice. So the idea here is, guys, you've got the largest spectrum of double shielded cable from probably any vendor online. I haven't done research on every vendor, but I can tell you right now, I've got a cable virtually for every application. If you tell me the length you need, I can cut it custom. I don't make you buy extra. I try to tell you guys all to do double measuring when you're out ordering your cables, and how to do that is really easy. Let's pretend that a lead is a string. Get yourself a string, run it all the way through your cable chain if you're trying to measure for a spindle cable. And once it's run through the cable chain and run all the way back to where your VFD is, you now have a simulated length of the exact length you would require. Keep that in mind. Do not order short because it's just going to waste your time. I've had so many cables come back because guys didn't do the double measuring method. If you do that measuring method, you're usually golden. So once again, you can see here, we've got quite an assortment of accessories and components for you guys to be successful. I want this new year to be as prosperous for you as possible. Your support has been wonderful to both of us. I want to give you back as much as I can. And best of all, like I said, you guys can write it off. If you're doing your taxes correctly, believe you me, it will help tremendously. If you have questions on taxes too, don't be afraid to message me on that because, once again, Joanna is a corporate accountant. So I can tell you right now, and believe me, I have always a lot of questions on taxes. This stuff, if you can make it pay for itself, and once again, having an extra motor on the shelf, having an extra cable on the shelf, it's not ever going to be a wasted investment. So think about what I'm saying. I want to thank everybody for the support. God bless your families, and I wish you all the best this new year.